golfers, welcome to Finding Fairways here on Up North Sports Radio 101.1 WGRY. Our Facebook and YouTube page, if you want to see old guys talking about golf or the magnificent background at Bay Harbor. I'm joined by my original co-host, Kevin Frisch. Frishy, hard to believe we're coming down to the end of the PGA Tour season. And It looks like we're going to have some a pretty competitive final at East Lake.
I think so. I think, a lot of players are playing really well. You get Scotty Scheffler healthy, maybe the hand, foot, mouth disease is gone, and he'll be able to play some golf this week. But the top players are playing well, so it should be an exciting week at East Lake.
Yeah, I've seen some overhead shots at East Lake. It looks like it's been really dry in Atlanta. The course looks brown. So
it should be great.
We both played East Lake. Firm and fast there could be dangerous.
Yeah, but I think that's great. I think, take that over soft conditions every day of the week. That is what will challenge players, and that's when the best players will rise to the top.
Yeah, it was good to see Rory rebound and, talk about the back and forth, Wyndham Clark high-fiving everybody and everything else.
Right.
Loses 2 shots on the first hole. A lot of guys jockeying for position. Was missing on 16, 17, and 18. Rory missed those putts. Wyndham made them. And, no matter what you want to say about the game of golf, it's about putting the ball in the hole.
Yeah, and Wyndham Clark, I tell you, he's playing really good golf, and I know there's this debate going on right now about who's Player of the Year, and I'm giving it to Wyndham Clark right now. I think Scotty would have to win the Tour Championship to.
If Scotty wins the Tour Championship, you got to give it to him. If Wyndham wins, I don't know. If Matt Fitzpatrick won at East Lake, then you've really got a tough decision. You've got, that'll give him 4 wins and the Tour Championship. So he's, in my mind, he's the winner. So
what about Rory?
Well, if Rory won, that gives him the Masters and the Tour Champion. Yeah, it depends on if he goes, wins and going away in style. If somebody does, puts a beat down on that golf course.
Right.
Yeah. So there's still 4 or 5 guys, depending on what happens this weekend, that could win Player of the Year, and that's the best.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's what they want, and that kind of leads into the next segue, though, is where it's going from here. And Brian Rolapp had a press conference this morning and announced what the new format's going to be, and I think it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of match play. I just want to go back for a minute, Kev, before we close this out. And, I don't know how the PGA Tour can continue to do this. There's going to be some checks written at the end of the first round of the Tour Championship when it starts in 2028. But the amount of money Scotty Scheffler has pocketed in the last 2 weeks is borderline criminal, if you ask me. It's, $50 million in the last 2 weeks, and he could win another $10 million this week.
Yeah, it's amazing where, and obviously on the heels of Live ending this weekend, which basically ignited all of this change in finding all of this money and raising these purses. And it's really interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how sustainable it is long term with new TV contracts coming up. But it sounds like there are corporate sponsors standing in line to write these checks to be a part of the championship series. And it's going to be really fascinating to see how this all equates with TV and all of that down the road with the new contracts.
Yeah, let's start at the top. So they're going to do the Kevin Frisch plan and play lots of match play golf for the last 2 weeks of the season in different venues. Now, the venues have been floated out there. Some people are talking about Pine Valley. Some people are talking about Cypress. Rolapp was very Did not mention any venues.
No. And it sounds like, though, and what I really like about this is it sounds like the Tour Championship will be split up into two venues. They're going to
Yeah.
have a first venue where the 32 players play.
Yep.
And I think that venue is going to be able to be set up with your corporate sponsors, 25,000 tickets, sell it all you want, have some competitive matches. And then these 16 are going to advance. And I'm just going to throw this out as a hypothetical, but imagine the 16 then advance to Cypress Point the next weekend for prime time match play golf, winner take all. And you're going to go to these venues, whether it's there or Pine Valley or, National Golf Links. You don't need to set up infrastructure. You treat it like a Walker Cup.
Yeah, the possibilities are very exciting.
Yeah.
I think since we just saw Cypress recently and Seminole, I mean, every golf fanatic would be dreaming of Pine Valley.
And everybody. And it's the idea, and then the idea that Rollout PGA Tour can sell part of this overall sponsorship package is, okay, FedEx, if it's still going to be FedEx. Well, now you have this event at, say, East Lake the first week. Well, when we go to Cypress or Pine Valley, well, now we're going to limit it to 3,000 people. We're going to give 2,000 tickets to the corporate sponsor who signs the big check. Now you can bring all your clients and hang out and do whatever at these cool venues. And we'll give 1,000 to the club for all their members and their friends and local people and other partners to be able to come out. And you're going to walk the fairways like in the Walker Cup. I think it's just going to be, as a golf geek, and I'm kind of jacked up about that. I'm not going to lie.
Well, other than the fact that I don't like the idea of just 3,000 people, because you're not going to get great cheers. If you've got all these jaded fat cats, club members, and everything else, all you're going to hear is polite golf claps. So, hopefully they get 5,000, maybe 7,500 people on the golf course.
Right.
But I hear what you're saying, and he alluded to that. He said, we're not going to be focused on a big venue. The build out, depending on the golf course, is going to be small, and I love that. The one event that I was at that was really cool is when they had the Open Championship qualifier at Oakland Hills about 10 years ago, and they played 36. They played north and south at Oakland Hills, and Steve Elkington. There was a great contingent of players, Bernard Langer, and they were just walking with the fans. In fact, I walked with Steve Elkington and actually talked to him between shots for 3 holes. He was great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I don't think you'd see that in something as big money as the Tour Championship, but
Right.
Kev, we're going to take a quick break and get back and continue our discussion with Kevin Frisch and the changes to the Tour Championship and who else might be challenging at East Lake. Just a whole wrap up of the season. After these words from our fine partners on Finding Fairways here on Up North Sports Radio, brought to us by BoyneGolf.com. Checking in with TR Hollis from Boyne Golf. Good morning, TR. How's everything there?
Good morning, Jerry. Doing great. Now we're going earlier than we usually do. I still need my second cup of coffee, but good to see you.
Yeah. Cheers.
I love it.
We were just talking before we started recording this about a really unique award that Boyne Golf has received. Tell about the Grint.
Yeah. No, it's a pretty cool one. So we're lucky to have a pretty stocked trophy cabinet, but the Grint is a pretty cool public voted, public golfer led award system. So it's truly unbiased. Just the public golfers go out across the nation and rank the public courses across America, 1 to 100, and we're lucky enough to have 2 of our great courses on that. So Arthur Hills and of course Bay Harbor. So we're pumped to add those to our trophy stock, and pretty cool to have the public say how great we are here at Boyne.
Well, as I was telling you, my son Nick and his buddies came back to Boyne. It had been like 5 years. Like a lot of guys and gals groups, they like to rotate to play different places, especially in northern Michigan. Played the Memorial. Was just crazy about all the changes that have been made in the last 5 years, and you just finished number 3.
It is, yeah. We just renovated number 3 on the Ross, switching from Oakland Hills to Wannamoysit, number 3, which Justin Thomas's favorite par 3 in the world. So come play it here at Boyne starting next season. And that just goes to show, to your point, like even when you come to Boyne every single year, we're continuing to renovate, we're continuing to improve across all of our courses. We got work going on at the Mountain, we got work going on at the Donald Ross in the Highlands. So our product and variety is unmatched, and it only continues to get better and better, Jerry.
Yeah, I was, on the phone with him for a while, obviously asking about, where'd you eat, where'd you do this, and he's like, the courses are just immaculate. It's like the best chance for us to play something close to Augusta, and that is just the standard. Like you and I were saying, TR, you're just spoiled because that's the way every course is.
It is, and we keep them consistent across all of our courses, and they do not get enough praise. But to your point, that is the product. Like our agronomy guys and superintendents, like they drive the product and they create that experience. And it just, like, I can sit in this seat and talk all day about Boyne Golf, but they're the guys really creating the experience and making it look good and putting us on these award charts year after year.
Yeah, you still have a fair amount of time to get some rounds of golf in before we start shutting the courses down. We're not going to start talking about that yet. But I know my favorite time of year, your favorite time of year, a lot of folks playing fall golf. So don't listen to what we're saying. Go back out and experience it.
Yeah, absolutely. I know. I think the colors are going to start changing mid-September. So get your rounds on the books now and get over here before the season ends. So come September, October, enjoy those beautiful leaves and book your trip at boynegolf.com.
You just took all the words out of my mouth, TR. We'll see you next week.
Thanks, Jerry. All right, we'll see you.
Imagine your ultimate golf experience. There's a good chance it's Michigan's Magnificent 11. 11 spectacular courses from Boyne Golf, varied in both topography and play. Boyne Golf was named the #1 best golf destination in USA Today Reader's Choice 2025. And the Highlands at Harbor Springs is the #2 golf resort in that same USA Today poll. The ultimate golf experience. That's Michigan's Magnificent 11.
There's a moment on the course when everything lines up. The swing, the contact, the result. That's how we approach real estate. At Dean Bach & Company and at Properties, Christie's International Real Estate Collective, we don't guess, we execute. From Traverse City to Harbor Springs, we cover Michigan's Gold Coast with strategy, reach, and relationships that win. Whether it's a lakefront estate, a Gulf side retreat, or your next move, we put you in position to score.
Who knew? Fresh air is a destination. Breathe in the glacial carved canvas of northern Michigan's finest golf courses and have your breath taken away by scenic vistas from tee to green. The perfect place to perfect your game in more ways than one. The waves, woods, and wonder of Bel Air. Escape every day. Discover the magic of 90 holes at one resort. Shanty Creek Resort in Bel Air and online at shantycreek.com.
Quit wasting time putting around and meet us at Wild Bluff Golf Course in Brimley, Michigan. Wild Bluff is a championship golf course with breathtaking views overlooking Lake Superior, with a full-length driving range, chipping area, and large putting green. Visit our fully stocked pro shop for featured golf apparel and equipment, or come to the loft to wine and dine like a pro. Like us on Facebook or visit baymillscasinos.com for more information. Your fairway to heaven starts here.
Well, Welcome back to Finding Fairways here on Up North Sports Radio 101.1 WGRY, brought to us by BoyneGolf.com. Jerry Coyne, Kevin Frisch, talking about the Tour Championship that will be this weekend and what will be in 2028. Talking about 2028, the only club that he talked about at all was Eastlake, and mentioned that they would still be in consideration going forward.
Right. And I think you could see, because I think Coca-Cola is still going to be a big partner with the PGA Tour, and I think you could see it going back to Eastlake maybe every other year, maybe every third year. But I think,
or like you said, the bigger event. Some guy brought up a very interesting question at the press conference and talked about, losing Eastlake as a sponsor when they've spent so much time training volunteers. And when you put on an event like this, the amount of volunteers that you have to have that do all this week's worth of work for free is ridiculously important.
That's a really good point, because now you have to rebuild all of that at a new venue. Totally get that. And makes sense. And
it's one thing if it's Pine, like you said, it's one thing if it's Pine Valley. If you're only going to have 5,000 people on the grounds, and most of them are members, then you're not going to have nearly the same problems.
Right.
And I think Pine Valley and some of the other courses that you mentioned, like Cypress Point or maybe Seminole, they're not going to let their course be shut down for 3 or 4 weeks while you're doing the build out.
No, not at all. Nice thing about those venues is there's not a lot of work that's going to have to go into them to get them ready for those 16 players either.
Yeah,
no, I think it's really cool. I think it's exciting for the tour. I think the pod system with the match play that they're proposing is a good way to do it. Not too different than the former Dell match play that they had, but there's going to be no double. I don't think there's any more double elimination or whatever. You're just going to play each person in your pod, and whoever has the best record is going to come out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, so 16 players on the last couple of days at the final venue. There was some interesting talk. They talked mainly about the other changes coming up for the championship part of the tour. They haven't really hammered out the qualifying part of the tour. The Corn Ferry is still going to exist. In what form, it's hard to say. And even Rolap said that.
Yeah, it is going to be interesting to see how they do that. I hope that what will be nice is if there is going to be a lot of volatility between the championship series and the other one, where you can see some volatility week in and week out with new players coming in. That would be the best way to be able to do something like that, because there's going to be guys that are not in that championship series that they can win. Any of those top 20 guys in that lower series going to be able to could win on the PGA Tour. And so I'm hoping that they create something and that the players agree to it, which that's always the biggest hurdle, is where there's more volatility on the bottom, week in and week out.
Well, yeah, like regulation and deregulation. The thing is, they've always had battlefield promotions. It's only happened a couple of times.
Right.
But, you got to win 3 events to be extended into the PGA Tour. But if they have a set number, I don't know if we're going to see like 3 guys, a guy booted out who's in the championship, and then, he gets replaced because he's not playing great, and some guy is on fire down in the Challengers Tour.
I have to double check. This may be, if you win on the Challengers Tour, I think you get an automatic berth into that next championship event.
Okay.
I think there's something, I'd have to double check that, but I think there was something built in there on that. But I think if, I can't remember how many number of players, but if the bottom 2 players on the championship series just continue to miss cuts, then somebody in the top 5 of the Challenger Series, they should be able to move up and you should be relegated down.
Well, there is an aspect of that is compelling. We saw it this week with the guys trying to get into from the 50 to the 30. And, God bless Gary Woodland. What a great week of golf that he played. He continues to be the story of the year on the PGA Tour. And have you ever seen a cold top like that before? It rifles the ball into the creek,
a couple weeks ago, actually.
That no tour player has ever been in before. Nobody's been in that creek there.
Right. I'm hoping he gets picked for the President's Cup.
Oh, he's got to be. I don't see how it's I don't know where he is in the rankings. I'm sure he's outside of the top 12. But that's okay because Snedeker gets 6 picks.
I just find it fascinating they get 6 picks.
For the President's Cup,
Right, exactly. I think it's exciting. I think this is exciting for the PGA Tour for next year.
We'll talk about the President's Cup in a couple of weeks, but Fred Altvader brought something up to me that I think they really need to address on the President's Cup, and they need to go back to the exact same format that they're doing on the Ryder Cup, so the international team can hide some players. So the worst couple of guys, that they have to do that. I don't think that you'll ever get. That's how the European team got to be a powerhouse.
I totally agree with that 100%. I also totally agree with the fact that it should become a co-ed event the next time around.
Happen. Fred and I decided that will never happen.
It would be they need to do it. The PGA Tour roll-up, they need to talk to the LPGA and they need to make it co-ed, and I think that would completely revitalize that event, and it would just take it to another level and interest level with women's golf worldwide. Could you imagine Nelly Korda and Scotty Scheffler playing an alternate shot match against an international squad?
I love
it
that.
would be awesome.
Except for the gals on the international squad are not known at all. That's and maybe it would help expose them, or maybe it would shine a light on the fact that they're just not that interesting personalities. I mean, there isn't, when ladies golf first exploded onto the scene, we had great female players that were also personalities. Inkster and Annika and Meg Mallon, these girls were good interviews and they played with some style. The women's tour now, I love watching it. They're great players, but where's the female Lee Trevino?
Right. Well, and I know that internationally it's different, especially when you get into the Asian players and how focused they are and some of the language barriers. But the international women overall are better than the American women. If there was a President's Cup version just for the women, the international women would probably dominate the American women, kind of like we do with the international men. Now you merge them all together. And you have, I think it levels the playing field for the event. I think it makes it more exciting, more dramatic. And that's what I would tell Brian Rolab. Get with the LPGA and change that event.
Well, if they made the Solheim Cup America versus the world, America would be, in second place every single event because the international influx would be tremendous. And I don't know if there's 5 great women's players from the United States right now. Not 5 great ones.
No.
So no.
You'd have to go to I think you'd have to go to the college ranks for a few picks when it comes to
that. Kev, so if we do get who do you got a favorite leading into what if Scotty Burns wins this tournament?
If Burns wins it, Burns could win it.
Burns, I'm sorry.
Sam Burns, yep. Chris Gotterup could win it. There's some guys that anybody in the top 10. It's funny. I'm looking at the list of the points. Ludwig Oberg is 10th in the FedEx Cup, and he doesn't seem. I didn't remember seeing him in.
He didn't win.
He didn't win anything, he's not even been in. I can't believe he's in the top 10. I would not have guessed that based on.
He had at least 5 top 5 finishes this year, though.
Yeah. I mean, Cameron Young.
But Cam Young is not playing good golf right now.
Not playing good right now, but you never know.
I know. You never know. It's going to be, like I said, a burnt out, super fast East Lake golf course is going to put a lot of guys in some really weird positions on this golf course.
I like Goddard and Burns. I like those two guys. After you talk Scotty, Clark, I think those two guys.
And Rory's record there is stellar.
It is.
So so I'm sure Rory is feeling good about what happened, even though he missed a couple of putts. He played 17 as badly as I've ever seen him play a golf hole when he's in contention. Right. Kevin, we'll look forward to catching up with you in the next week or so, and leading up to what hopefully is a watchable President's Cup.
I know. But I am excited to see what Medina looks like, which got a complete facelift from Ogilvy and his design group. I think that's going to be interesting to see how that plays, because Medina was just a average looking golf course through the trees, nothing exciting about it.
It was if a course begged to have trees removed, it was Medina. Yeah. We will be back with some more guests as we continue on Finding Fairways here on Up North Sports Radio, brought to us by Wild Bluffs Golf Course at Bay Mills Resort and Casino.
Twin Birch Golf Club in Kalkaska is preparing for a spectacular golf season, and you should too. The Twin Birch Clubhouse restaurant has quickly become a local favorite, with a lunch, dinner, and weekend brunch menu full of classic favorites, made with the freshest ingredients. See all the affordable membership options at twinbirchgolf.com, or save even more when you purchase Twin Birch Golf at qdealsmi.com. qdealsmi.com. See one of Northern Michigan's greatest golf values at twinbirchgolf.com.
Quit wasting time putting around and meet us at Wild Bluff Golf Course in Brimley, Michigan. Wild Bluff is a championship golf course with breathtaking views overlooking Lake Superior, with a full-length driving range, chipping area, and large putting green. Visit our fully stocked pro shop for featured golf apparel and equipment, or come to the loft to wine and dine like a pro. Like us on Facebook or visit baymillscasinos.com for more information. Your fairway to heaven starts here.
Twin Birch Golf Club in Kalkaska is preparing for a spectacular golf season, and you should too. The Twin Birch Clubhouse restaurant has quickly become a local favorite, with a lunch, dinner, and weekend brunch menu full of classic favorites, made with the freshest ingredients. See all the affordable membership options at twinbirchgolf.com, or save even more when you purchase Twin Birch Golf at qdealsmi.com. qdealsmi.com. See one of Northern Michigan's greatest golf values at twinbirchgolf.com.
Who knew? Fresh air is a destination. Breathe in the glacial carved canvas of Northern Michigan's finest golf courses and have your breath taken away by scenic vistas from tee to green. The perfect place to perfect your game in more ways than one. The waves, woods, and wonder of Bel Air. Escape every day. Discover the magic of 90 holes at one resort. Shanty Creek Resort in Bel Air, and online at shantycreek.com.
The Iron Pig on Old 27 South across from Otsego Lake is open for breakfast 7 days a week from 8 to 11. Sundays from 8 to 2 with a sumptuous breakfast buffet on the weekends. With golf season open, Iron Pig has room for any size golf group, or bring our delicious menu and legendary barbecue to your group. Either way, the Iron Pig has the team and location to make your up north dining experience truly memorable. Visit Iron Pig Smokehouse on Facebook, where we are always announcing new events and menu additions.
Welcome back to Finding Fairways here on Up North Sports Radio, 101.1 WGRY, our YouTube and Facebook pages. I'm zooming into Twin Birch, the beautiful renovated restaurant with its proprietor, Kwin Morris. Kwin, not so busy there early this morning, but you guys have been rocking and rolling that restaurant and the golf course this year.
We have. Well, first of all, thanks for having me back on the show. And we have our ladies league out right now, our morning one. So even with the rain, they still wanted to go out. But yeah, we broke records this year with golf and the restaurant. So.
It doesn't matter when I come in there. Lunch seems to be busy just about every day of the week, and then dinner, and of course, like Thursday, Friday, Saturday with the live music. You guys have people in there until you got to kick them out at 11.
Yeah, this last Friday we had some amazing bands, and we were jamming. It was so fun. The energy, it's just, this is the best time of year. No bugs and beautiful weather and great golf still. So yeah.
We've got a ways longer to go. Do you guys you don't have a set close date? It's pretty weather dependent for you guys, isn't it?
It is. I always say October 15th, but it could be later than that. It's really, we punch greens around then. So, I mean, obviously our rates go down. But with this, they're talking about a super El Nino winter and warmer weather and less snow. So we could be playing later this year, hopefully.
Yeah, it's funny. The last few days, it seems like fall might be getting here. We know that's a false front. We're going to get it back into the 80s here this weekend. But for some of us super busy guys like yourself and me, this is when we play our golf. Beginning of September and October, fall's the best time to play.
Fall is the best time to play. I mean, you get the colors, pop in, a little bit nicer temperatures, or like 60s, 70s, which is perfect. I mean, you can't beat it. Grass is still growing, so.
Your leagues are coming to an end. Do they usually end right around Labor Day, right?
Correct. Yeah. So our men's league finished up last night. We have our banquet next week, but then their playoffs start the week after that. So we still have 4 weeks of men's league, and then women's night, their banquets tonight. And then the fall Spark Golf League starts in 1 more week. So they do a fall league for that Thursday night too.
Oh, well, I'm glad that I had you on to get some people involved in that, because that Spark League has been a raving success for you with all its loosey-goosey rules. A lot of people digging that.
Yeah, it depends on the weather and what's going on that week. It can be up to, 13, 15 people to, 5, 6. But that's what's cool about it is there's, you have that flexibility. And I think it works with some people's schedule better that way.
When does the live music end? Is that coming to an end now too?
So yeah, we still have a few more weeks of that into September, and then we start doing just Saturdays all year round. So that'll be inside. So yep, the Wednesday through Saturday live music comes to an end here, I think right after Labor Day.
Well, one of the cool things about the restaurant at Twin Birch is the menu is fantastic, but you got all those TVs there, and we're getting into football season, and I know how busy you get for that.
Yeah, so Lions, obviously, especially when they have a good team, it can get jamming here, especially those 1 o'clock seems like the best time. People come in for lunch and watch the game, and then it's a cool atmosphere. Like you said, with the 7 big screens, it's a nice place to come eat, drink, have fun, go out and play. You can go on a little walk at halftime, that kind of thing. So,
yeah, halftime, just go out and hit some balls.
Yep, go hit balls. Exactly.
Hey, don't downplay Saturdays. I've been in there with Michigan fans, and they dig that. Same thing, I think the Spartans are going to be better too. So, one of the best things about heading in there is that you run into some guy or gal who's a huge fan, and you end up rooting at the same time with, instead of sitting on your couch by yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of funny when Michigan and State play that game, or even Ohio and Michigan, whatever it is. We have the 3-season room will be one fan base, and then the inside will be the other. So sometimes out here's cheering, sometimes in there's cheering. It's just kind of funny.
Any changes coming up for the menu?
Yeah, we're just starting to talk about our fall menu. So that'll come out usually November-ish when the weather really starts getting chillier. We'll bring on the heartier meals and things like our hot beef and like more of the heavy soups and that kind of thing. So right now we're still jamming our summer menu. I mean, summer doesn't end until September 21st. So we're still in peak.
Oh, I'm not poo-pooing it. Trust me.
Yeah.
You know, we still got a month left to go on this golf show, and we'll probably get you in one more time. I wanted to get you on for just, you got any cool stories? I saw a couple of people had some hole-in-ones that you guys put on Facebook. What's been something that really interesting that happened this year that you'd share with our audience?
Oh man, put me on the spot here. I would say, yeah, obviously our hole-in-ones are always awesome. I mean, we've been seeing a lot, the black bear coming across the fairway that people have been seeing, mom and cubs. Our mowers have been seeing them. So like last night when I played, we had deer running across, turkeys. You could see the nature of this course is, I think, one of the coolest things about it. So.
Yeah, just on the first fairway, a couple of homes on the golf course. After that, you're playing in, not in Copper Harbor, but pretty damn close, Quinn.
Beautiful northern Michigan. You feel like you're by yourself out there, which is important to us.
Quinn, give the rates go down a little bit, or does it change when you finally punch the greens?
It really depends on business. As long as our tee sheet continues to be full, we keep our summer rates. And then when it starts to dip, that's when we start going to our fall rates.
Gotcha.
But right now, after 3, we have our, which will be our fall rates anyway, our twilight rates. So you can still get cheaper golf after 3 every day anyway.
Well, it's been a fantastic year, and we always enjoy when you come in and give us the update from the restaurant and the entertainment, because you guys have really got it going on there. The website is
twinbirchgolf.com. Yep.
There you go. Head over there, see the schedule of events for the restaurant and the golf course. Kwin Morris, thanks, man. We'll see if we get you on one more time before we pull the plug on this year's Finding Fairways.
Sounds good. Like always, thanks for having me, and we'll talk to you soon. See you out there.
All right. Yeah. Be back after these words from our fine partners on Finding Fairways, brought to us by BoyneGolf.com. Time to head back to Wild Bluff Golf Course in Brimley, Michigan at Bay Mills Resort and Casino and play hole number 12 with head professional Matt Phipps. Check out the great end-of-season golf packages they have available, which can include breakfast or dinner or a massage and great lodging rates in the brand-new hotel. Go to baymillscasino.com. Let's hit it at number 12.
All right, number 12 here at Wild Bluff. Matt has chosen to play the blacks on this hole. So that, not for you, but the ravine looks a little...
Yeah. Well, it's been a minute since we made a bogey, so I figure we get back on the trip.
Shush your mouth. So you're just going to hit it flat out at that bunker straight ahead, but it's a fairly severe dogleg left.
Yeah, short hole here, one of the easier holes. Obviously, you do want to avoid that bunker, but anything towards the left side of it.
Yeah, it's pretty generous landing area for the
there. So pretty straightforward here.
Maybe we can't feel the wind and it goes around the corner and gets flattened, Matt.
Yep, we'll see.
Well, Matt took a little bit of a shortcut here. It's turned out pretty well for him.
Yeah, that one worked out. Not exactly how I drew it up.
Of course it is. What's our distance in, sir?
I got 119 to the pin here.
All right.
Another tabletop green. Yeah, anything long right will go down into that swell, tough shot. So
yeah, you want to be short left, looks like to me.
Yeah, middle of the greens. Good shot there.
Yeah, wind coming in a little bit. I would imagine he's going to flight this down a little. And just a scruffy good par.
Had a few of those today.
Yeah, it's. I was going to say there's no pictures on the scorecard except for when Jerry Quinn
was
out here doing Finding Fairways.
Thank goodness.
Imagine your ultimate golf experience. There's a good chance it's Michigan's Magnificent 11. 11 spectacular courses from Boyne Golf, varied in both topography and play. Boyne Golf was named the #1 best golf destination in USA Today Reader's Choice 2025. And the Highlands at Harbor Springs is the #2 golf resort in that same USA Today poll. The ultimate golf experience. That's Michigan's Magnificent 11.
There's a moment on the course when everything lines up. The swing, the contact, the result. That's how we approach real estate. At Dean Bach & Company and at Properties, Christie's International Real Estate Collective, we don't guess, we execute. From Traverse City to Harbor Springs, we cover Michigan's Gold Coast with strategy, reach, and relationships that win. Whether it's a lakefront estate, a Gulf side retreat, or your next move, we put you in position to score.
The Iron Pig on Old 27 South across from Otsego Lake is open for breakfast 7 days a week from 8 to 11. Sundays from 8 to 2 with a sumptuous breakfast buffet on the weekends. With golf season open, Iron Pig has room for any size golf group, or bring our delicious menu and legendary barbecue to your group. Either way, the Iron Pig has the team and location to make your up north dining experience truly memorable. Visit Iron Pig Smokehouse on Facebook, where we are always announcing new events and menu additions.
Quit wasting time putting around and meet us at Wild Bluff Golf Course in Brimley, Michigan. Wild Bluff is a championship golf course with breathtaking views overlooking Lake Superior, with a full-length driving range, chipping area, and large putting green. Visit our fully stocked pro shop for featured golf apparel and equipment, or come to the loft to wine and dine like a pro. Like us on Facebook or visit baymillscasinos.com for more information. Your fairway to heaven starts here.
Who knew? Fresh air is a destination. Breathe in the glacial carved canvas of northern Michigan's finest golf courses and have your breath taken away by scenic vistas from tee to green. The perfect place to perfect your game in more ways than one. The waves, woods, and wonder of Bel Air. Escape every day. Discover the magic of 90 holes at one resort. Shanty Creek Resort in Bel Air and online at shantycreek.com.
Grandview Golf Club in Kalkaska has set the standard for the best value golf in northern Michigan. Grandview has all the amazing golf vistas you expect in the pricey resorts without the pricey. Incredible season membership rates and ladies and men's leagues are now forming. Visit GrandviewGolfNorth.com to play your new favorite track. The newly renovated clubhouse with full bar and simulators is open and makes Grandview Golf Club an unforgettable golf experience. Call 231-258-3244 to play today.